Alright guys, now we're going to look at 4 specific chords that you can at least get started with as you're writing a song. The first one I'm going to show you is a G chord. Now with all 4 of these chords, we're basically going to look at a shortcut that we can use to make it a little easier to play these 4 chords. So first thing I want to show you is on my left hand here, we're going to number the fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll see in the visual that I am using to show where the 4 fingers go that there's a hand there with the numbers over the different fingers. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put our 3rd and 4th fingers on the 3rd frets of the B string and the high E string. So we're going to put our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of that B string, and then our 4th finger, or our pinky, on the 3rd fret of the high E string. So what we have there are those 2 notes. Now on all 4 of these chords, you're going to keep those 2 fingers there for each of the chords. So you'll never move these 2 fingers, and that's sort of a helpful shortcut to make it easier to jump into learning different chords, where you can just put these 2 fingers here and just plant them there as we learn the other chords. So let's start with the G string, or the G chord, G major chord. So we'll look at our middle finger here, which is the 2nd finger. We're going to put it on the 3rd fret, just same fret as these other 2 fingers. We're going to put it on the 3rd fret of the low E string. And then our pointer finger, or the 1st finger, we're going to put on the 2nd fret of the A string. So there we have, if you can see, 3 of my 4 fingers are on that same fret, the 3rd fret, pressing the string down. And then the pointer finger is on that 2nd string, the A string, on the 2nd fret. And when you strum it, that's the G major chord. So next chord I'm going to show you is the D chord, and I'm going to show you these chords in the order of that video that has the 30-some different famous songs like Don't Stop Believin'. So there's the G chord. Now to play the D chord, it's a D suspended chord because we're going to keep our 2 fingers planted on those high strings. And what we're going to do is take our pointer finger that was on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, we're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the G string. So instead of being down on the A string, we're going to move it up to the G string, and we're going to use our thumb on the notation of the chord. I have an X on the low E string with the thumb basically just pressed onto it, so you're not playing it. It's not making a noise. You don't want to hear the low string. You want to just mute it with that thumb pressed against it like that. So what this sounds like is playing all the strings with the low one muted. So that's a suspended D major chord, and the regular D major sounds like that. So the difference is, because we want to keep that high string, the 2 fingers there the whole time, it's going to be a suspended chord. So the first one, G to the D major, suspended. Alright, and then the next chord we're going to play is the E minor. And the E minor, again, keep those 2 fingers on the 2 high strings. We're going to put, just like the G chord, we're going to put the pointer finger back on the 2nd fret of the A string. But then there's an X on the G string that basically, or on the D string, I'm sorry. So that 3rd string, it goes E, A, D, and the D string we want muted. We don't want to hear that string on this one. So we're going to use our pointer finger to press down on the 2nd fret of the A string, and at the same time be resting against the D string. So what we're going to have there is a muted D string, and it's an E minor chord. So if you play all 6 strings, so you're going to have Now the three chords together sounds like this. It's a G major to a D major suspended to an E minor. And then the next chord I'm going to show you is a C major chord, and it's actually a C9 chord because you have the second of the scale in it. And the way this works is you're going to have the same kind of shape as the G chord, but we're going to just basically move these two fingers in the same shapes, shift them up one string, and so then you have on the A string, your middle finger is going to be on the 3rd fret, and then your pointer finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the D string. And you're going to again mute the low string. So you have, that's the C9 chord. So all together we have G major to D major suspended to E minor to C9. And with those 4 chords, you should be able to get pretty far in your writing. You should at least feel comfortable enough with those 4 chords to be able to vary the sections of a song enough and feel like you can at least express or get the feeling of the song that you're hoping to accomplish. So those are the 4 chords, and again, there are great resources all over the internet that go more in depth and show you more chords and variations of chords. So feel free to go check those out as well.